mind, mind contributing about how we can make, the world, the country, our cities, our homes better. They gonna never record that. But what I said was, I don't think Beyonce could sing, and that Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to the state of hip hop in New York at the time when Jay-Z began considering himself as the king of hip hop, the king of the GOAT of our rap, which is my opinion. And opinions like buttholes, without them you'd be full of doodle. Who are you? How you feel? If you gotta walk around here worrying about how somebody else feel about how you feel, then you ain't who you are. That's my opinion.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Trick Daddy. I didn't do a video about him yesterday when he went very viral for his opinion on the fact that he believes that Beyonce can't sing or that Jay-Z is not the best rapper ever to be in New York. Something to that effect. Now, I'm probably going to have a clip at the beginning, which is his response to the outrage from the Bayhive, who are completely and utterly upset with him because he has his own opinion, even though we as people are entitled to our opinion. That's what I thought. I always thought that we were all entitled to think the way that we want to. But I guess because he's considered a celebrity, right? Trick Daddy's well-known rapper. His opinion holds a lot of weight to the effect of him going viral. Every blog posting about him. You got people trolling him. And the fact that he has refused to apologize for having his own opinion. And this is the one thing I don't like about society. We are going into a direction of not being able to think for ourselves and not being able to speak our mind. Yes, if you listen to the audio, the original audio from the Clubhouse, there was people in there saying Beyonce couldn't sing. But everybody focused on Trick Daddy. Everybody focused on Trick Daddy. And I have heard from other females that have said Beyonce can't sing. So it ain't just him saying it. There are other people who feel the same way. She don't even write the majority of her music, people. And that's to the Bayhive. Hey, Bayhive. She has had writers for a very long time. It makes the music making process easier, yes. Now, does she have talent? I think Beyonce has talent. She's a singer and a performer, and she's always top notch when she performs. And I will give her that. She's a very talented performer. But there are better singers out there, naturally. There just are. You need to get over that. Attacking this guy, talking about he has a weak opinion, lets me know how bothered you are by the fact that someone would dare say something about Beyonce. Beyonce have one of the worst fan base on social media, because they will attack anybody that say anything about Beyonce that is not positive. And also, I want to say this too to the Bayhive. Beyonce has faded over the last couple of years. She's not the same artist as she was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. She has faded. And you know she's faded when she's hopping on songs with Meg Thee Stallion. So when they go so hard at other people's opinion over Beyonce, let's make sure she's still standing at the top, because there's a lot more people out here who are rooting and are behind Rihanna than they are Beyonce. Even though I do think Beyonce is a talented performer, all the vitriol that you're pushing towards Trick Daddy's direction, it's not necessary. It's not necessary at all. It really isn't. And what's really sad is that Trick Daddy's, I would say, friend and associate, Trina, because she's already gotten vitriol off people before. She hopped on, social media to praise Beyonce because she did not want people going at her because she's closely tied to Trick Daddy. So she had to hop on social media and proclaim her love for Beyonce. Listen, Trick Daddy should be allowed to say whatever he wants to say. You don't have to like what he has to say. We are in America. We are still entitled to say what we want to say. It may bother you because the internet has become a safe space for weirdos. The internet has become a safe space for people who don't fit in anywhere else to come here and seek validation for their thoughts. They're too weak to stand on their own. So they hop on a fan base and they go and they try to attack other people. What happens when you log off, Bayhive? When you log off, do you still have that same Bayhive with you? Trick Daddy, listen, I may not agree with a lot of the things he may have said over the years or had done, but it's still, as an American, as a human being, he should be able to, in a group chat, this was a group chat, there were other people there who agreed with him, and I think that's what bothered y'all the most. He should still be allowed to say what he wants to say. The fact that you're hurt and bothered more than Beyonce ever will. I don't think Beyonce has rabbit ears. Y'all are more offended than she is. That should tell you something. Because the one thing I will say about Beyonce is a professional. Beyonce carries herself like a celebrity should. She's not overtly political, even though I don't agree with her politics like that. She's not doing live streams on Instagram trying to be over friendly with her fans. She keeps a certain distance between her and y'all because she believes in celebrity. Jay-Z as well. That's the one thing I will say about Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're not attention seekers. They're not. And they don't need attention the way that y'all ride for them. When you have an army of people on social media who is willing at any moment to go at anybody that comes after you, you don't have to say much. Because she knows that on auto, y'all gonna defend her. But the one thing I will say Beyonce has done better than any of these other people, she doesn't have rabbit ears and she doesn't hop on social media to vent. She handles herself like a professional, like a celebrity should. She only speaks when she has something to speak about. Jay-Z as well. I may not agree with a lot of their politics, but I like the way that they conduct themselves and they're not needing friends on social media. And that's how it should be. But when you have people who are blue check mark celebrities who they're so desperate for validation, they're so desperate for attention, they hop on social media every day. Whenever these situations pop up, they have to choose a side. And it's very unfortunate that Trina is sort of hopping on that she's hopping on Beyonce's Bayhive fan wave, which is fine. You know, Trina didn't make those comments, so Trina shouldn't get attacked. And what's funny is that they were actually clowning her in the comments. They were actually clowning Trina in the comments, saying that she don't want no smoke with the Bayhive. She's distancing herself from Trick. And they think that that's funny. She didn't make the comments, so she shouldn't have to be held accountable for what Trick Daddy says. But see, Trick Daddy is one of those people that doesn't care about, having not say having fans, but he doesn't really care whether you like them or not. They're actually these delusional, demented people are going on they're going on internet and they're giving his restaurant bad reviews. This is how mentally insane Beyonce's fans are. These people never fit in anywhere. So they want to go attack other people. I guarantee you, if these people own businesses, they would never want anybody to try to sabotage their business. But it's okay for them to sabotage a man's business because of his opinions. All you females and you males who don't fit in anywhere, you don't have no friends, you don't have a life outside of social media. You think Beyonce cares that you're doing her dirty work? She's probably laughing. She would never associate with people like you. And this is the hardcore truth that you need to hear. Beyonce would never associate with any of you, especially in an everyday setting. I mean, that's probably why she has a ton of security, because she wants nothing to do with any of you. But here you are trying to destroy a man's life because he dares say that Beyonce couldn't sing, or that Jay-Z wasn't one of the best rappers ever, even though I'm a fan of Jay-Z. Musically, I'm a fan of Jay-Z. And Beyonce, I believe Beyonce has talent. She can sing, in my opinion, but there are better singers out there. There are better singers than Beyonce. There are. And I don't think that you should have to apologize for having an opinion. This guy has a radio show, I believe. It's just no different than when you do a podcast. You have a podcast, you speak your mind on certain topics. Hey, Bayhive, people are going to criticize Beyonce. Get over it. Why don't you try to find out who you are instead of trying to identify with a fan base, when we all know that once you log off, you're not going to be a part of that fan base. They're not going to be there with you. Beyonce doesn't care. You care more than she does, because Beyonce is the type of celebrity that was around before social media blew up, that wasn't on here responding to everything, trying to connect for attention and validation. She doesn't care. Y'all care a lot more than she does.